come in. How are you? It's so good to see you again. I'm very well, yes, thank you. Alright, I've been really looking forward to today because we're doing something a bit different to your usual choice and style of how you do your hair. We're doing a slick back bun. Yes. So what I thought we could do would be starting with straightening the hair, just so it makes the look a little more sleek. Then we can put the hair up. Now, just with the style we're doing, are you still wanting to have a part in your hair, or are you really wanting it all slick back? Okay. Yeah, we can make sure there's the part. I may have to use like a little bit of glue, well, not glue, I mean like a gel, excuse me, as your front pieces are a little shorter, so I'm not sure they'll quite make it back into the bun, but that will just help them stay in place, and we'll use hairspray as well, of course. Okay, so I'm ready to get started if you are. Fabulous. I will just begin by brushing your hair out. Okay. So, is there anything new going on with you? Any life updates you need to share? Oh, really? Excuse me, sweetheart. Nothing too exciting on my end. If anything, it's kind of the opposite. You know, they say bad luck comes in threes. Well, 2 days ago, I don't know if you remember, not too long ago, I was eating a McFlurry, but it had toffee pieces in it, and I broke my molar in half on the left side of my jaw, which I had fixed, so it's fine now. However, 2 days ago I was eating a hard mint, and the same tooth on this side of the mouth, I've now done the same thing too. And I think the reason why this keeps happening, well, I say keep, it's happened twice. This happens is because at night time when I sleep, I'm a real grinder. And I've just been looking into like methods of how to reduce it. I do wear a retainer, but you can see on my retainer where I've been grinding because it's like worn away. And I mean, you can go to like a TMJ specialist, but I have also seen that you can get like Botox injected into the muscle, but that seems like a bit of an expense, so I'm not really sure about that right now. So there was that, and then yesterday, whilst I was driving on the motorway, I went to switch lanes and I went over a massive pothole and my tyre exploded. So that was quite eventful. So I just, as safely as I could, pulled it over to the hard shoulder. And it's fortunate there was a hard shoulder because it was about to end right where I had to pull in. So yeah, I did the usual procedure. I got out of the car obviously and stood behind the barrier, and it was pouring with rain, and I had an umbrella, which was good. I didn't have a waterproof jacket, and I was also wearing my Uggs, so they got soaked through. My jeans were soaked through, my fleece was soaked through. And I waited on the side of the road for 4 hours. Yeah. I didn't have a space saver, I didn't have a spare. Which if I did, I do know how to change a tyre, so... just trying to make sure we have a straight part. We'll have to do it again after we've run the straighteners through anyway, but yes, I was stopped by an airport, so I did have some kind of entertainment, and what I ended up doing was I was watching them for a bit, and then after a while that got boring, so then I started counting, because they were coming into land over the top, overtaking off. I was then counting the time between each plane coming into land. And I do have flight radar on my phone, so I was just seeing where people were coming back from. Alright. I'm just going to turn the straighteners on and put some heat protectant in your hair. So I'm looking forward to what the third thing will be. Maybe I'll get hit by a car or something. Non-fatal, of course, but I was actually surprisingly very positive about it. It's my first time I've ever like broken down or had to pull over on a motorway or anything. And I had a smile on my face the whole time. Yeah, I started singing songs to myself. I couldn't really listen to music because it was on a motorway, and it is a busy motorway, so I couldn't hear a thing that was going on. Yes, I bent my alloy. Fortunately, he could just put a new tyre on, which he did at the roadside, but yeah, the alloy is bent, so it's another thing I'll have to... well, I'm not going to replace it, I'll just get an alloy wheel repair. Okay, so I'm not going to do too much straightening here, I'm just going to do a little once over. It's kind of more the roots that I'm focusing, getting a little flatter because you've got quite a bit of volume in your hair. Well, if I get all the bad luck out the way at the beginning of the year, hopefully it turns my 2026 into a year of success. I was on my way back from getting laser tattoo removal. Yeah. It's very painful. I have quite a high pain threshold though. I kind of just made the decision because they didn't really fit me anymore. I'm not removing all of them, it's just 3. So, and they're all on my legs. So I'll still have 2. I have flowers around my kneecap. And then I have the twins from The Shining on the back of my leg, which is my favourite movie. Yeah, it's like a portrait, so there's a frame around them and they're holding hands in the hallway and it says come play with it. Well, it doesn't say that, but that's what they say, come play with us. That was the first tattoo I have. Oh, tell a lie, I have got a stick and poke, which I did myself when I was 14 or 15. Stupid decisions, but okay, we're almost done with these. Yeah, it sounds silly saying it now, but I was with somebody at the time that was quite heavily tattooed, and I was young. I was 18, and I thought that I had to mould myself around whoever I was with, so I kind of became what I thought he wanted. And they just don't fit me anymore. It's not that I have a particularly negative kind of like association with the tattoos. Yeah, they just don't fit me. I've been going for a year, but because there's 3 of them, it's split into 2 different sessions. So I don't get as many sessions from a tattoo in each year that if someone was going just to have 1 removed, they'd have. So he thinks by the end of this year 90% of it should be gone. I mean, I don't really know anything about lasers or machines. I just know it's a Pikachu, I think it's called Pikachu Pro or something along the lines of that. Yeah, I think people sometimes have a little bit of an unrealistic expectation with regards to tattoo removal and how quick it's going to be. I did so much research beforehand. I went in with the knowledge, you know, it could take 3-4 years. Yeah, okay, I'm just, excuse me, I'm half concentrating, half narrating myself, so I'm just going to begin putting your hair up, okay? Trying to make sure we keep that part. We might need to use a couple of pins. Okay. I tell you what, I'm going to just nip around the back of you, okay? That'll make it a little easier for me, okay? just before I tighten this, is this the height that you want, or is that too low, too high? That's okay. Alright. If it's too tight, let me know. But we do have to get it quite tight, okay? Is that okay? You sure it's not too tight? How long are you planning on keeping the style in? Okay, well, I'd probably suggest when you get home do take it out, because I don't want you to get a headache or anything. You're not normally one for hairstyles up, are you? Okay, I'm just going to pop some pins in just around the back of the bun, just to make sure there's no bits of hair that's sticking out. Okay. Just put on there. You're my last client of the day. After this, I need to go food shopping, which I was supposed to do yesterday, and then go to the gym. So weird seeing you with your hair up. You have the most perfect ears. Yeah, they're so flush to your head. I never wear my hair up because my ears kind of stick out a little bit. Well, one sticks out more than the other as well. Okay, just before I put any clips in the shorter pieces, I am going to just pop some gel in your hair to keep it nice and stuck down. So this is the Got to Be Ultra Glued level 6, so it's nice and strong. Okay. It's just going to stop any of those flyaways. Just making sure we pop it on your part there as well. Okay. Okay, excuse me, I just wiped off the excess. So I'm just going to use this just to smooth any of those flyaways there, okay? I know, it's lucky it wasn't a front tooth that I broke, which I'm always worried about, only because I had Invisalign on my, well, obviously on my teeth, but I had Invisalign, and then once that finished, because my teeth were quite round, I have composite bonding just on the edges. No, so it's not a cap, it doesn't cover the whole tooth, it literally is just on the very ends, and because they used such a small amount, I always just have this fear if I eat anything remotely hard that it's just going to break off, but luckily so far I've had no issues. Oh my god, I've cursed it. It's definitely going to be the third thing, isn't it? Can you imagine? The next time you see me, I'll probably have a missing tooth completely, like this one. What's next for me? Nothing extravagant. I always cut my own hair, but I really want to go and get my hair cut by somebody else. I can just do a blunt cut on myself anyway. I just want maybe some like soft layers. I'll still do my own colour, which I also need to do because my roots are really coming through. Okay. Right, I'm just going to pop a couple of bobby pins just on these shorter bits, the ends of them, and they are colour matched, so they shouldn't be too obvious, and then we'll pop some hairspray in just to hold everything in place. What's next for you? I'd love to be one of those people that when you're asked that question, you just have something amazing to say. I bought a house. I rescued a horse. Okay, let me just do a little once over. Not one at the back there. Okay, I'm just going to pop the hairspray in now. I'm just going to cover your eyes here. Alright, let's just have a little look at you. Do you just want to have a look in the mirror and make sure you are happy with everything? Is there anything you want me to change? Okay. Alright then, I think you are all done. Don't be silly, I don't ever expect you to pay me. But what you can do is subscribe. Yeah. Alright, come here. It's a pleasure as always. I hope you have a wonderful whatever it is you're doing. You take care now. Bye.